Hey everyone, it is time for our Bible story. So today we are reading a story, and it is called The Man Who Didn't Have Any Friends. Oh no, that's so sad. Why do you think he didn't have any friends? Let's read and find out. You might have heard about this person before. His name is Zacchaeus. Have any of you ever heard the story of Zacchaeus? If you haven't, you're about to hear it now. There was once a man who didn't have any friends. None. Do you have any friends? Well, of course you do, but not Zacchaeus. Poor Zacchaeus didn't have any. You're probably wondering why. Was it because he was so short? That's not a reason not to like someone. Was it because he had a name that was too hard to say? Well, it's not that either. Even though he was short and he did have a funny name, that wasn't it. No, people didn't like Zacchaeus because he stole their money. Oh no. Zacchaeus collected taxes. Taxes were what people had to pay the king. But Zacchaeus took even more money than he was supposed to and kept the extra money for himself. Oh no. And by doing this, he made himself rich. Everyone knew what he was doing, and it made them very cross and grumpy. They did not like Zacchaeus one bit because he took their money. So they made sure he knew it by doing things like avoiding him. Avoiding him means that they didn't go anywhere near where he was, and walking on the opposite side of the street, and pretending not to see him, and whispering things like, "There's that nobody who thinks he's somebody," loud enough so he could hear. Oh, that's sad. Anyway, one day, a huge crowd gathered by the road. Jesus was coming to their town, and everyone wanted to see him. Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus too. But everyone was tall, too tall. He tried jumping up and down, but that didn't work. And nobody was moving out of his way, because they didn't like Zacchaeus. He couldn't see a thing. Luckily, Zacchaeus had a good idea. "I'll climb that sycamore tree," he said. So he did. He was surprisingly good at climbing trees for a man who was unusually short. I forgot to show you the picture. This is Zacchaeus right here, and this is everybody else that's too tall for him. So he can't see over them, he can't see Jesus, so he climbed up in the tree. From the tree, Zacchaeus had the perfect view, all the way down to the road. Another minute, and suddenly Jesus was at the tree. Jesus stopped and looked up. Zacchaeus saw Jesus, and Jesus saw Zacchaeus. "Zacchaeus," Jesus said, "I'd like to come over to your house." Zacchaeus almost fell out of the tree. Come over to his house? No one had ever wanted to come anywhere near his house, let alone inside of it. Here's Zacchaeus up in the tree. Right there. And there's Jesus looking at him. The people saw this, and, needless to say, it made them even crosser and even grumpier than usual. They mumbled and murmured and muttered, "Why is Jesus being kind to that big sinner? Doesn't Jesus know about him? Doesn't Jesus know that Zacchaeus is a thief and he steals our money?" Zacchaeus scrambled down and took Jesus to his house. He was in a big hurry because he didn't want Jesus to change his mind. Perhaps Jesus hadn't heard about him. Perhaps Jesus didn't know about how he had been stealing, and how no one liked him, and how he didn't have any friends. But Jesus knew. He knew all about Zacchaeus and the stealing and everything, and he still loved him. Zacchaeus was ashamed. "Lord," he said, turning pale, "what I've done is wrong." But now I want to do the right thing. I will give the money back to everyone. And not just give them back the money that I took, I will give them 4 times more than what I stole." And that is just what he did. Jesus smiled. "My friend," he said, "today God has rescued you." Jesus loved Zacchaeus when nobody else did. He was Zacchaeus' friend, even when no one else was. Because Jesus was showing people what God's love was like. His wonderful, never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. That is who Jesus is. And here is Jesus talking to Zacchaeus inside his house, right there. Alright, and that is the end of our story. And next time we have a Bible story, we will be talking about Easter and what happened on Easter Day. It is a very special story. And so it'll be exciting to talk about it. And that's all. I'll see you guys next time.